Cracking, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today, I want to talk about kind of like about the way I used to be, the way I used to think, the way I used to view things, man. Um, it's amazing to me when I look back at how I was and how I thought about things compared to how I look at everything now and how I feel. I've told you guys before, I grew up in a very violent home. I was in the streets as much as possible as a very young child, being my bike, just to stay out of the house, because just walking into the house was enough to get my ass kicked, right? And, while I was out there in the streets, I would see the cholos and, I really believed like that's where it's at, right? So of course, that's the path I chose. And being a wounded child, I had a lot of anger, a lot of hate, a lot of insecurity that I would mask with bravado and ego, right? I started going to jail at a young age, 13. And it was like, once I got caught up in the system, there was no getting out of it, especially in Santa Barbara, where I'm from. It's, that system there. I had primos that were from LA, and they would be like, damn, they lock you guys up for anything over here. Because LA, there was so much more crime and so much, it was so much more populated that they didn't pick you up for just anything. Santa Barbara, it's one thing about Santa Barbara, they hate criminals. To them, it's a tourist city, it's a beautiful city, and we were the scum of the earth, right? So I was always busted. But things about me back then was I did not care about myself. And so not being able to care about myself, I didn't give a damn about anything, right? There were people in my past back then that I thought I loved, but my actions proved otherwise, because I did everything I could to build up my name and my stature in the neighborhood. And, I remember every time I went to jail, I hated it. I hated being in juvenile hall. I didn't like when they sent me to placement. I didn't like when they sent me to camp. But I understood it was part of the program, right? And I know that every time I went to juvenile hall, every time I got out knowing I might only be out for a few days and I'm going back. And I acted accordingly. I did the video where, people had asked me what was my mindset when I got picked up for my murder case, right? And I said it then, and I'll say it now, and I'll always say it. When they put the cuffs on me, I knew in my heart I was done with the streets. Anything of this world wouldn't matter to me anymore. And I went into the CDC. Well, I went into the county jail, knucklehead, just knowing that, I don't remember if I said, but I'm sure I have, when I first got picked up, they indicted me. They did a grand jury indictment and charged me with special circumstances of lying in wait. So they're charging me with first-degree murder with lying in wait. So I was facing life without or the death penalty. And I didn't care at all. I didn't care. I was like, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And I said this before, where I think I was in the county like 8 or 9 months, and we had a 995 motion. My attorney filed a 995 motion to throw out the special circumstance of lying in wait, right? And prior to the hearing, I was in the courtroom, and my attorney's over there talking away to the DA. And then he walks over to me and he tells me, hey, I got good news. And I was like, what? He said, oh, I just got the DA to agree that if we lose this motion, that they will not seek the death penalty. The worst that'll happen is you'll get life without. I said, man, you go back and tell them throw out life without and give me the death penalty. I said, I ain't gonna, because I was 19 years old. I was like, I'm not gonna be sitting in prison for fucking 50 years waiting for him to, waiting to die on my own. I'd rather just, you know, have him take me out. And my attorney was like, the hell, this fool's crazy as hell. But that was my mentality. I just did not care about anything, you know. Now when I look back at how I was, it's a trip, you know. I told you guys, the old me is not gone. The old me is in remission. He's put away. I don't ever want to think like that. My favorite phrase back then was "fuck it." That was my thing. Fuck it for everything. Like fuck it. You know, now I'm not like that. You know, and I'm always aware of if I'm getting close to the fucking mentality, and I don't ever want to get there. I know this video, this is one of those, every now and then I do these, and these are more therapy for me, and the people that I know need them, they get them, man. It's just a reminder. You always got to take care of you, but don't put you first. You know, don't let your ego make you the priority. Don't become self-centered. Do for those that you love, man. When I figured that out is when I was able to develop more peace of mind. You know, it's always the easiest thing for us to forgive other people for stuff they do to us. The hardest person to forgive is yourself. And you can never truly forgive anyone until you can forgive yourself. So this is just a, you know, quick little video, man, just to chop it up with you guys and let you know that, you know, just to remind everybody that I am thankful on a daily basis for the life that I have now, the blessings that I have, the subscribers that I have, the opportunity that I have to do stuff through YouTube, and knowing that this is just a stepping stone. Who knows where this will be in a year or 2 years, 10 years. But as long as we keep it positive, keep it professional, it can only go up, right? So with that, everybody, please stay safe, stay smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out.